Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of our little show called At Home Around the World. Every week, we invite you on a virtual journey around the globe to get an insight into the current situation of youth work in different countries. Last week, we went all the way up north to the northern parts of Norway. This week, we're not going quite this far up. We are happy to be talking to our colleagues in the UK, tuning in live from Birmingham and London. My name is Elena, and together with my dear colleague Robert, I will be your host for today's show. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, my name is Robert, and I'm really pleased to welcome in this show today my Eurodesk colleagues from UK. On the one hand side, it's Eva from Birmingham. She is working as Eurodesk national coordinator in the national agency there. And on the other hand, I'm welcoming Sarah from London. She's working for a Eurodesk multiplier, a local multiplier from Eurodesk. It's called Momentum World. So, hello, Eva, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And Sarah, are you there as well?
Hi everyone. Nice to meet you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, welcome to the show as well. So we will start with Eva. She really is, if you see the logo of our show, At Home Around the World, a person who can say she is at home around the world. She was born in Spain, worked and lived in many other European countries like Italy and France, but also lived in Latin America. And now she's working in UK as Eurodesk project coordinator. So Eva, maybe you can tell our audience something about yourself and what you're doing there.
Hi, yes. So despite I'm originally from Spain, I've been a little bit everywhere and I ended up here in Birmingham. I'm really pleased to be here actually. And I'm working for the UK, for the Erasmus Plus UK National Agency in Birmingham at Königreich, UK. And my day-to-day tasks are as Eurodesk officer, as Robert mentioned. I just inform young people about different opportunities to go abroad. And of course, I also support youth organizations in delivering this information to other young people.
So in usual life, you are talking a lot probably to young people, answering inquiries, and you're handling the Eurodesk network in UK. So how many multipliers are there in UK at the moment?
So we have 15 partner organizations across the country. And recently, actually in March, we've launched a new, relaunch our ambassador network, and now we have 28 ambassadors also supporting our network here in the UK. So we are extending, despite the circumstances, of course, we are extending our network and always willing to inform more young people and to increase our outreach.
Okay, and how many inquiries you usually in a normal year, I would say, do you answer in the network? Do you have got figures of that?
Oof, you are catching me in the cold hands right now, but I would say around 1,000. We would be replying around 1,000 inquiries between ourselves and the youth organizations that we work with. So it's not many. Those are online, of course, okay. Online inquiries. Then face-to-face events, there will be much more. But normally we reach around 15,000 young people through events and through online inquiries and so on.
Okay, and the usual questions people are asking you are about European chances, or what are they about? Maybe you can tell our audience something about that?
So normally the questions that we receive, are absolutely about everything. But we receive a lot of questions about Discover EU, of course, for 18 years old. We also answer a lot of questions about volunteering abroad. A lot of people is interested in volunteering abroad and also coming to the UK. and also about working abroad or studying in the UK or studying abroad. Very general, but we always try to respond to every individual question with an individual response.
So, and usually you are, of course, we see you are working at home at the moment. I guess it's not
Yes.
your usual office. So maybe you can show us where you are usually based. Your office in Birmingham. Maybe you want to show us.
Yes, of course. I can show you where my office normally is. So, well, this is the map of Europe, as you might be aware. And if we get a little bit closer, we can see that Birmingham, it's in the West Midlands. And if we get a little bit closer, the office of Brothers UK is in Königreich, UK, and it's actually very, very nice area because it's surrounded by canals. So if we just, let me show you how it looks. So sorry if you feel a bit dizzy.
No problem.
Let me show you beautiful Birmingham. This is actually where the Industrial Revolution started, in Birmingham and in all the Black Country area. And they say, I don't know if this is totally true or not, but they say that Birmingham has more canals than Venice. Ooh, that's close. Well, I hope I can go via Google Maps.
It definitely
I'm not
looks
going in the
nice
right
with all the
direction, if
channels.
I'm honest. But it looks like there
So-
we go. Sorry about that. So this lovely walk is something that actually I miss a lot from being in the office, because at lunchtime I would normally just go outside, walk around and walk through the canals, just attention, because you know the road in the UK is the other way.
Very good. Looking
So
at the
keep that in
traffic.
mind. Very, very important. And here we are. So this is the building. If you look through this window, I don't know if you can see the same as I can see.
So
If you
usually
look
you're
through the
behind
window,
this window.
I'm behind that window normally. Right now I'm not there, so it's not a problem. But yeah, this is well, as sunny as you can get in Birmingham, with a few clouds, of course. It's still the UK. We love our rain. It's actually raining right now. And yeah, the views of the canal are lovely. But just doing a little walk through the canal is just very, very nice.
Yeah, thank you for this view. So
No worries.
how many people are actually working in the NA then, usually?
In the national agency, well, the national agency in the UK is divided into two different organisations. So it's a partnership between the British Council and Königreich UK. I work at the Königreich UK, and we are around 60, 70 people, I think, at the moment. And then the other half is in the British Council.
All right. And how many are in your team? How many are working for Eurodesk UK?
At Eurodesk is a small team, actually. We are 2.5 people, and I say half people, not because it's just half, but because it's part-time.
Of course. Okay, so maybe we hand over to my colleague, and she will ask some questions towards Sarah.
Thank you very much, Robert and Eva. Yes, next up would be Sarah. Sarah works for Momentum World, and a nonprofit international training and education provider. Sarah is not only the office manager in her organization and therefore responsible for quite a large variety of tasks, as you can probably imagine. She is also Eurodesk officer. So Sarah, can you give our viewers a little bit of an insight in what your job entails? What do you do, and what does it mean to be a Eurodesk officer in your organization?
Yeah, so I'm the office manager, but that really encompasses lots of tasks because we're a very small team at Momentum World. We have 3 of us full-time in the office in London, and then we have 2 other offices in the north. And we also have Ben, who's based in Poland now. So we're widespread. So what I do generally is help set up projects, work out logistics for people traveling, promote the opportunities that we have, look after the website, social media, that kind of thing. And on the Eurodesk side, I liaise a lot with Ava. We work together to try and promote the opportunities for the young people.
Okay, so when you say you are involved in organizing projects and providing projects, could you maybe give an example or two of one of those projects just to give the viewer an idea of what that means in practice?
Yeah, we have lots of projects. We partner building activities where we invite lots of our partners from across Europe to come along and discuss something based on a theme. We had one recently about the European Solidarity Corps. So what we did was we took youth workers and they brought along a young person, and we kind of had 2 parts to the meeting. So we had the youth workers talking about their work and the young people working together. We often get the young people working on a media project. So we use filming in our projects quite a lot, which is great for promotion. We also have projects which we run for teachers working with small groups and youth workers working with small groups, such as Time for Tea, which is one of our favourite projects, where we ask a group to think of an issue which is bothering them, and then they come together and they create a little tea packet and they send it to a person who could have a big change for that issue. So if it's a local council issue, they could get a little packet, design it, and send a message to a councillor saying, please, can you change this for us? So it's a wide variety of projects, but we always have lots of intercultural issues that are discussed and bring together people from all over Europe.
Awesome. That sounds like a really, really nice idea. Do you have any idea, or can you say how much outreach you have, how many people you reach, how many young people you reach, just on average?
I'd say hundreds, really. I mean, but most of the people we reach is via social media. We don't work directly with the young people, and we promote our projects through youth centres and schools. So it's hundreds, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you are tuning in today from London. Sarah, Eva just gave us a really nice view of where she is working. Maybe you would like to share this with the audience as well and give us a little
Yeah.
insight where you are located or where your office is usually located. I know you are working from home as well.
I will try and do that. It's not nearly as glamorous as Eva's view.
It doesn't have to be glamorous. It
So
needs to be real.
here we are. Here is the United Kingdom. Our main office is based just outside London. So there is Big Ben.
Wait, your screen is not shared yet. You need to share the screen.
Sorry.
So we're still not seeing it.
No problem.
Bear with me. Oops.
No pressure.
That was
Okay, it's coming now, I hope.
That looks better.
Is that coming? Oh, I've lost it. Boop. There we go. Can you see London?
Yes, we do.
So you can see Big Ben, and we are just down to the south there. So we've moved south to a brick wall. And if I drop us there. This is our street. It's not very glamorous, as you can see. And oops, the office is just here. Just there, where the number 15 is. So we are up on the first floor here. But we don't have any nice views. We just have little, the church is quite nice. And then we have some residential houses there. So yes, that's us.
Thank you. And when you speak of us, how many people work in your organization?
We have 3 in the London office. We also have interns who come in and out, so can be up to about 5. And then we have 2 other offices in the UK, which have 1 person in each, again with a couple of interns, and Ben, who is in Poland.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for this small view into your organization. And now I would go back to Eva maybe and ask her, so how is the situation during COVID-19 in your country? How is the situation in your office, the work, the information work with young people going on?
Well, it's been rather challenging, I think, for everyone working in information. When youth information, it's something that is changing all the time, but obviously nobody expected this massive change on things. And when we are promoting mobility opportunities, of course, we had to change a little bit what we were doing, because it's not like we can still keep promoting go abroad when it's not safe to do so. So we've been supporting young people if they had to cancel their plans, if they had to come back, if they were insecure, perhaps. We've been there with them, holding their hands, and trying to do our best, really, given the circumstances. And now it's changing a little bit because, well, things are starting to get a little bit easier, perhaps not easy, but easier. And mobility is starting to come back little by little. It's not going to be the same levels as we were at this stage last year, of course not. But certainly some people are starting to look forward to go abroad, and we are supporting young people in their decision, whatever it is, if they decide to stay longer, to do in-country activities, that's of course totally fine. There are, for example, many different activities on active citizenship that we also promote. So we are now supporting our colleagues on the European Solidarity Corps, for example. There are these marvelous initiatives called solidarity projects that young people can apply for funding, actually, and get some extra money to have an impact in their communities, in their local communities, which is very much needed at the moment, at least here in the UK. And they can make a change themselves, and they can make things happen. So we are supporting them as well on that side now, and supporting organizations to spread the word about these opportunities and so on. So I think that we are doing our bit.
That's good. Sounds good. If you just talked about what you do, what's your point of view on your local relays then? The local Eurodesk offices who are doing the information work on local level, how do they cope with this situation?
I think the situation is quite different from different organizations, because some of them are really small organizations that perhaps are supporting young people in a different environment, or after school, for example, or they are supporting them during weekends, or so the situation is very different for them when they are face-to-face based. Our work is more digital based, so it hasn't changed in that sense. The level of work is still the same or even more, because we needed to innovate and to create new, also new information, to research new information, and work harder for the young people in the UK. But our local multipliers, they are still, all of them, they are still working, and everything is ongoing. Most of us are still working from home. In the UK, the situation is a bit different from Germany, from what I understood. And we are trying to avoid using public transport if we can. And this is how everyone is doing their bit, really, by staying at home as much as possible, trying to leave the public transport for the people who really need to go to their offices or to their workplaces. And we just move into the digital side of things. Everyone is doing now digital and online information sessions. So the information is still out there. And actually, this afternoon I have an information session for organizations on solidarity projects, in fact. So we are still very active, and we are perhaps even doing more than we normally do, since we are not doing face-to-face events, none of us or our multipliers. We are replacing it with perhaps more activities online.
And everything from at home.
Yes, everything at home. Yeah, from this little office that now I spend all my hours in. I love it. It's my favorite room in the house. So I hope it doesn't change for the fact that it's now my office.
Yeah, thank you
Luckily,
for
I love my work.
thank you very much, Eva, for that. Maybe we hand over again to Sarah and my colleague Elena.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, pretty much the same question to you, Sarah. You just said that you have a lot of intercultural exchanges and you bring people from all over the world together. And in the current situation, of course, that is more difficult, and face-to-face meetings are hardly possible. So how did you cope with that situation? How did you approach these challenges?
Yeah, well, in the same way, really. I think we're actually probably more busy than we normally are because we have embraced the digital world, and we have taken some of our projects. So the Time for Tea project, which I spoke about earlier, we've changed that so that different people can take part. And we have two different versions, one which is a family version. So the idea was that during lockdown, with the kids being at home, that parents could get involved in these projects with their kids, and they could come up with the same tea packet and message, but something which is more family orientated rather than based around young people. So we've done that. We've also done lots of online webinars. We have a big project we were involved in called Youth for Europe, which involved several youth exchanges, which luckily could take place. And then the idea was to have a big youth exchange from the little separate ones where lots of young people came together in person to discuss some proposals that they had planned with regards to education, jobs, media, environment. And that actually turned out to be better in the end because we did it all online, which meant that more people could become involved because they didn't have to travel. So we did lots of Facebook online live things, just like this one, where lots of people could come together virtually. So they're still having an intercultural exchange, just not in person, I guess.
Okay, so despite all these challenges, it sounds like you really saw the opportunities that lie in digitalizing your portfolio, which is great. And it does actually sound like it went quite smoothly. Have you faced any major challenges or obstacles? So you say that's something we have to still work on, or that's something that we have to improve, or something that we would like to share with other people who are currently in the process of taking that step and going digital?
I don't think our organisation has. I think we work digitally quite a lot anyway, so we've managed to get around lots of problems that other people might have. I think there's a danger of being, of young people and actually everyone being a bit overwhelmed by all the digital stuff that's available to them. So I think we all need to be a bit selective about the projects that we're putting out there and make sure that they're good ones, because otherwise people will get bored. They only have a limited concentration span for them.
Yeah, that is true. We do have a question from the audience, actually. When you provide information and when you go digital, do you provide any specific information on the current situation, on the coronavirus, on the pandemic to your audiences?
We did at the beginning. we said that everything was on hold, so just stay at home and try and take part in these projects from home. Now, as things are gradually starting to open up, we've actually started sending people. We've sent a couple of people to Italy, but always with the proviso that the situation could change and that everyone should be aware that travel is difficult, and make sure that you have insurance and that kind of thing when you're traveling overseas. Obviously they do anyway, but it's really important that everyone keeps aware of the situation.
Okay. Coming back to your digital projects, you have brought something today, an example that you would like to share with the audience. You brought a video today, so maybe you would like to share your screen with us again and show us what you
I
brought and
will.
give a little explanation.
This is a project which we have started working on during lockdown with a partner called Chaos Cornwall, and they run an online radio station, but during lockdown they decided to have an online TV station, and we have been making a show for them. Initially it was once a day, so 5 shows a week. We're now on 2 shows a week, so I will just show you an example of that. Okay, can you?
No, we're not seeing your screen yet.
Can't see it yet. Can you see it now?
It seems to be working. Yes,
Yes.
now we see it.
Okay.
Chaos. Afternoon then, welcome back. You are listening to Chaos Online, and it's Chaos TV as well. This is chaos.co.uk, where you can watch all the action. 1:10 on Monday, the 4th of May. Regular viewers and listeners will know we like to go all international at 1 o'clock and team up with our friends at Momentum World. And now heading to a galaxy not so far away, it gives me great pleasure to welcome back Olga. Hi!
Nicely done with the Star Wars reference. I mean, yeah, I appreciate it. But I got a map for you. Obviously, we've been talking about it for quite some time. There's the map, and I also have Lord Vader. Look. Oh, you can't see him.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. It's kind of disappearing into my background, but there's a small figurine of Darth Vader for you.
I love the effort you've gone to today, Olga. Great to have you back on the show. We're going to talk Europeans International today, and you've got some friends with you.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
did you see that?
Yes, we did.
That was an example of one of our Chaos TV shows, which Ava and I have also appeared on together. And what we've tried to do is we've tried to get people from all over the world, really. We have partners all over the world, and we've asked them to come on together to talk about a certain theme or to talk about projects they've worked on together. We've had young people on. We've had young people on as young as 17 who've come to talk about their time during the lockdown period. That particular show was my colleague Olga, who is our Europeans coordinator, and she brought together two guys who are Europeans in Finland and Italy. And they discussed Europeans, and we've had really a real wide variety of people and places and topics, and it's been really good. It starts with the local community in Cornwall, but anyone can access it, so you can still tune in if you want to, and you can also see the archive on our Vimeo channel or on the Chaos TV website.
Yeah, that sounds really good, and I think we will provide this information and a link towards our audience as well. On that. So thank you very much for this small inside view on your work during COVID-19. So back to Eva. Just at the end of our show today, a small question. You personally, what are you looking for? I know that you're planning some trips, and but maybe you tell our audience what's your plans when all this COVID-19 thing is over.
Well, first thing, of course, I'm Spanish. I need to see my mama. So I'm going back to Spain for a few weeks, just to visit my family and to make sure they are all right. Of course, I will be taking all the precautions and safety measures that I can, always wearing a mask, and even during the trip as well, and well, following all the guidance, of course. And once this is finally over, I don't know. I have in mind a lot of trips, but certainly something that includes scuba diving is what I miss the most. It's one of my secret passions, scuba diving, and I really miss it. I'm about to just get my gear on and go to the, not even the swimming pool because the swimming pools are closed, but just go to the bath and just put my mask, my snorkel, and just see what I can find. I don't know, desperate measures, desperate times, you know.
Okay, I've got a picture in mind now for you with the scuba mask. But maybe you go to the cinema with it as well. We know some good British films about with someone with a scuba mask in
Why
the
not?
cinema. Maybe you know what I mean. Thank you very much for this one. And Sarah, what's about you? What are you looking forward when COVID-19 is done, when it's over?
Well, I too miss traveling. I was planning to go to America in a couple of weeks, so that's all had to be put on hold. But actually, in a way, it's meant that I'm now going to be traveling around the UK, which I don't do as much as I should. And in fact, I'm going to go to Cornwall instead. So down to KS TV country to just explore a bit more of our country, which is also very beautiful. And actually, I'm quite looking forward to going back to the office at some point.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, Eva and Zara, thank you very much for joining today in our little show at home around the world. We really appreciate it. So it's time to say goodbye for now. Our next show, it's not yet ready, so we don't know yet when it will be. So probably beginning of August, mid of August, there will be a next edition of At Home Around the World. Thank you for watching it, and see you next time, and goodbye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.